on, first Descendants, and welcome to kind of like another PSA video, guys. You are farming voids completely wrong, guys. I'm going to tell you guys why, and I believe at least 90% of the player base is doing this completely wrong. So what exactly are we talking about? So whenever you guys go to the map, you're going to notice that there are these particular missions called void missions. Now, it's going to be extremely important that you pay close attention to this particular thing that I'm going to talk about, because this is going to save you not only time, but it's going to save you materials. Okay, listen carefully. So whenever you look at these missions, you're going to notice that these are going to drop you guys these things called, you know, pretty much shards. Now, these particular shards are extremely important, and when you start playing the game, you really don't pay too much attention to these void shards. You kind of start paying attention to these void shards when you get later into the game, and collecting these are a bit of a pain. The reason is because throughout the maps, there are going to be multiple of them, but there's only certain characters that are going to be able to open these particular up. So whenever you highlight over one, you're going to notice that it's going to say non-attribute. And this is not the part of the video that you really want to pay attention to. This is just to give any beginner a quick overview. So these are going to be quick non-attribute. That means that you need to use a character that has a non-attribute. If you look around the map and you look for the symbol once again for another one of those symbols, let's see if I can find another one down here. Maybe this is such a small map. Let's go to a bigger map. Let's go to Echo Swamp. And if you notice right here, this one requires you to have a toxin character. Okay, so if you look for another one here, this is going to require toxin, and this one's going to require fire. So basically, you need multiple characters with those abilities to be able to farm these. Okay, so that's not that big of a problem, because if you have characters or friends that have this, you're going to be able to get these shards. Now, the problem becomes is, what are those shards used for? So if we go to here, and I go to my Descendant, I go to consumables, and we go to miscellaneous, you're going to notice that you have these shards, right? So we have void shards, we have this, and you see I have 140 of these, I have 471 of these, but there's going to come a point where you're going to need a lot of them. And when we go to the map, you're going to notice that in order for me to do this particular mission, which is the void mission, so basically this is the void mission here, but this mission right here where I get some really good stuff, I'm going to need this to open. If you notice right here, when I hover over this, and it's going to tell me, bro, you need void shards. You need 39 void shards, and you need 6 organic void shards. So you're going to need inorganic void shard, you're gonna need 39, and you're gonna need 6 of this. Now, what you would do theoretically, and this is what I want to avoid you guys doing, is basically you would go to one of these missions and you would start farming, right? You would start farming, you get your toxin character, and then you start farming your Farah, and you start farming and farming and farming and farming and farming. And what exactly happens is it's gonna be able to collect these voids. But the problem is, guys, and what the game does not tell you, is that when you go and complete the mission, you're going to notice that one strange thing is going to happen. You're going to notice that you farmed with your friend, you have 144 voids, your friend has 144 voids, and what happens is one of you guys opens it up, and when you open it up, you're going to notice that not only did you lose void fragments, but your friend also lost void fragments. And a lot of people think that when the only person that's turning in the void fragments is the person that's actually starting the mission. And it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, every single time you start the mission and you defeat the boss, you are going to be subtracted your void fragments, even though you did not open up that particular instance of the mission. So this is what people are doing wrong, because if you're going with your friends and you're collecting void fragments and you guys are doing them all at the same time, all of you guys are going to get 140, but every single time you go to that one mission, you're only going to be able to do it once, or you're only going to be able to do it to the amount of times of void fragments you have. So the tip I'm going to give you in the PSA is you need to do the way I'm going to tell you to do it. Basically, what you're going to do, it's have your friend, one of your friends is going to collect a bunch of void fragments once. So he's going to collect at least a good amount of total of fragments to go do the mission, the void fragment mission once. And that's pretty much like 42 to 39 fragments. What you're going to do as your with your friend is you're going to get to the point where you only have a certain amount. So for example, if the mission requires 42, like in this case, requires 42 fragments, I'm going to go with my friend, and this is what we did. And he collected 42. I pretty much collected 39. And then I switched my characters. I switched to a faster character that would help me complete the mission there faster. So I switched over to Bunny. And what I did is we did the mission until he got 42. Then what we did is we went back to the Void Fragment mission and we started the mission and we finished the mission, okay? And then I was able to collect I was able to do the mission with him. The great thing is that since I did not meet the requirement of Void Fragments to complete the mission, the game does not subtract the Void Fragments for me when I kill the boss. But the great thing is that I am able to collect the rewards. Okay, so you're following me here. So what do is your friend has the amount to open up the mission and start the mission. You do the mission with him. You finish the mission. You collect the rewards. After you're done collecting the rewards, then your friend does the same thing. You go back to collect the Void Fragments this time, but for you, that you only have a total of 39. So basically, you only need to do the mission one more time. So then that would put you up at 42 fragments, correct? So what you would do is your friend's going to pick up some fragments while he's doing the mission. You finish the mission, you collect the Void Fragments, and now you go from that Void mission into the section where you're able to collect the rewards, allowing you to do the mission again without losing the Void Fragments from your playthrough. So basically the way everybody's doing it is everybody's going together, running around, collecting Void Fragments and doing the mission. What I'm suggesting you guys do is split up in the team that you're doing it with, and everyone collect a good amount of fragments, only to the point that one of you guys has the required amount to open at that Void Fragment mission, while the other two do not have the required amounts, and you pretty much alternate on the people collecting the fragments. So this allows you to do it faster, multiple times, without you guys having to go and farm these Void Fragments in general. So I wanted to make this video because I know a lot of you guys are farming this, and a lot of you guys are almost towards the sort of end game where you're collecting good loot. So this is going to save you a ton of time, because you're going to be able to do these missions multiple times without you guys having to do them and collecting a big amount of shards. So basically, you just alternate with your friends and your teammates on who has this good amount. You go and do the mission. You guys collect as you go. The other one opens the mission. You collect. The other one opens the mission. You collect, and so on and so forth. So I hope you found this video helpful, informative. If you did, do me the huge favor, guys. Drop a comment, drop a like. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Turn those notifications, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.